G'day, it's Dan here. I've started a new project using the Ruleset Wizard for Fantasy Grounds. This one is the Shadow of the Demon Lord rule set. Now this is a work in progress. I've been going at this for about a week, and I'm just going to show you where we're up to so far. I'm logged in as a player. I'm going to add a new character here, and you can see the character sheet. I've got two tabs that have mainly been set up at the moment, the main tab and the other tab, and both of these are still in progress. And we'll give our character a name. We'll call him Quizats in honor of the Dune movie coming out. And we can see it's a whole bunch of new data types down here on the right. These do need to be activated in the options to start with. And of course, being a free rule set, there's no included content. You'll have to add the content in yourself. At some point, this is possible. It might become a supported rule set with content, but at this stage, my plan is just to make this a free rule set. So we're going to have a look at the Goblin Ancestry. We can see here it's got all the text about the Goblin. This is taken out of the rulebook. You've got the starting stats, languages. You can see here his immunities, what happens at level 4, and his features and tables used to help roll up your character or generate some colour in your character if you don't like doing that sort of stuff yourself. So let's drag the Goblin into Ancestry, and you can see here we become a level 1 Goblin. We welcome the Goblin Quizats, and we can see our strength has been set to 8 with a -2 penalty, agility 12 with a +2 modifier, intellect at 10, and will at 9 with a -1 penalty. You can also see that your drive stats have also been completed, so health has been updated automatically, agility and intellect. The Goblin gets a +1 to perception. This is automatically handled by the system. If we want to do an agility roll, double click it, and we've got a 2, so it's a fail. We've got 2 +2 for the modifier here. Let's try it again. Another 2, and our luck will surely change. That's not much of a change. Our rolling is abominable. We're playing the wrong game here with these amazingly low rolls. We want to get a roll under game going here. Okay, a 16 is a success, finally. My poor old Quizats would probably be dead by now with all those low rolls, but 16 is a success, so it's a simple challenge roll. It's a 10 or above is a success, and below 10 is a fail. If you're needing to apply these modifiers to something else, another roll for whatever reason, you double click on the modifier box here, and it applies to the box down here. I don't have any of those other rolls set up at the moment, so I'll just throw a random die into the chat, and we get a 2 -2, which was our strength modifier, and it comes out with a 0 score, so that was not a particularly successful roll again. Boons and banes, there are different things in the system that will give you extra dice that are positive, they're boons, or negative banes. What happens is you take the single best result. So we're going to roll 3 boon dice, and the single highest result is a 3, and you can see it's added it down here in the modifiers. It's a modifier of +3. So when we do our agility roll this time, we roll a 12. We got a +2 modifier for our agility score, and we got a +3 modifier for our boon, so we have a total of 17, which is a success. And banes work the same way. We'll add 2 bane dice, we'll throw those, and 2 1s. So the lowest of those is just a 1 still, but it becomes a negative, so -1 that's going to be added to our next roll. We'll do an intellect roll. 13, -1, there's a 12, just scrape through, it's still a success. We've got insanity, that's still being developed. Insanity leads to all sorts of fun stuff, and corruption. So as your character does plenty of bad stuff, as he goes through his life living in this very damaged world, he will pick up some corruption as awarded by the GM. So each time your corruption increases, the GM will ask you to test your corruption as well, and the aim is to not roll under or equal to your corruption. If you do, something bad happens. So we'll throw a few dice here. A 2, we got one straight away. So Quizats failed his corruption roll, and he gains a mark of darkness. Unfortunately, I haven't shared that table. Let's do that. So again, you'll have to make these tables. So I've got a table here called Marks of Darkness. I'm just going to share that record, and that record should be available to our player now. And we'll do this corruption roll again. Of course, we roll a 2 this time. 14 passes. Let's roll a few more dice. A 2. Okay, you can see it automatically threw a second dice, 19, which gives us the mark of darkness called Maggot Cough. We'll drag that Maggot Cough onto our character sheet and drag it in here, and we can see that you have a rattling cough, and sometimes you expel bloody maggots in a fit of coughing. Very pleasant. Over time, the number of corruptions that you have increase, and your character becomes harder and harder for it to interact in society with all these nasty things going on. On the other tab, we've got professions, languages, and traits. These can all be added from the side. Languages interact with Fantasy Grounds language system, so you can scramble text up that the character doesn't, or the player doesn't understand, and reveal it for characters that do understand the language. Connections and bonds, they're a role-playing element to help you create some role-play opportunities within the group dynamic, and these are just character building concept stuff. Values, fear and loathing, secrets, achievements, authority, obligations, good and evil is taken from the rule set. Now we'll go back here and we'll just level up our character a couple of times. We can see that our character has a perception of 11, which is intellect 10, +1 for the goblins get +1 for extra for perception, and our health is 8, which is equivalent to our strength. But if we have a look at the Goblin Ancestry, we can see that at level 4, he also gains 4 more health, and he also gets a choice of a spell or the Spring Away feat. So let's level our character up. Level 2. Okay, you are now level 2 Goblin. Level 3. Level 4. So level 4, you're now level 4 Goblin. Our health jumped up to 12. So 8 plus 4, it's 12. And we also get told that we get to gain 1 spell or the feat Spring Away, and we can drag that from the Ancestry onto our character sheet. You can also see that there's some modifier fields in some of these boxes. So health, so you've got, for some reason, you've got +3 to your health, and that will automatically add in here along with any of the other bonuses. If we drop our character back down to level 3, this drops down to 11. Go back to level 4, and this jumps back up to 15, which incorporates that +4 bonus from the Ancestry. Now, as we add the paths in, coming up soon, more of these will start impacting these stats and other things later on, and as well we will add in our equipment and spells, and there'll be other things that interact with our character sheet. That's it for the moment. I hope this rule set is of interest to you, and I hope to see some people playing with this as the rule set continues to develop. Have fun.